It's the Caleb Show.
That's an interesting pack one, pick one, huh? Tinker is not a brown card and Mox Diamond is, but usually we prioritize the artifact cards, right? With the artifact step. We will, if we pass Tinker to the left, the person to the left of us will draft it and then take all the artifacts and we won't see any impact too. Whereas they are not likely to do that from a Mox Diamond. Tinker is an honorary artifact. That's how I've always played it, yeah. Tinker and Urza, those cards that put people into artifacts. Wow, no artifacts here. I guess we could grab Spiral. Spiral works pretty well with Academy. Just gonna think about it for a sec. Odawara would be okay. Sculler's an artifact. Yeah, it's not mud though. It's not mono brown. I feel like Spiral is more of a mud card than Sculler is. Here we go. Looking at Ballista and Batterskull. Both work really well with workshops, of course. We're going to take the Ballista. Ballista comes down a little earlier to sack to Tinker. It's also a card that, like, vintage mud decks play sometimes, right? Very on stip. Could possibly go infinite with Ballista. Yeah, I suppose. That's kind of not really a consideration for me. Just is, like, nice if it happens. You missed when 3 and Dynamo was a premium mud card. Yeah, big same. Dynamo, Worn Power Stone. Fucking Smokestack. They teased me for several seasons, telling me they were considering bringing back Smokestack and such. I even like wrote up a little bit of a package that I would include alongside it. One of these years, we might see Smokestack back. Braids was not on my list, Ferk. They'd probably include Braids anyway, but I think that card's kind of garbage, whereas Smokestack is, like, pretty great. And a lot of the reasons that there's a big difference between the two, in my view, is that Workshops is a card in Vintage Cube, and Braids does not have a Workshops. For some reason, some people do love Braids, though, and there's nothing wrong with that. Smokestack is too terrible for Modern Magic. You disagree, RM. By a lot, obviously. When the Smokestack got pulled, I was still trophying it with it quite regularly. And doing really messed up shit with it. It is a counterintuitive card, is the knock against Smokestack, is that a lot of people don't know how to play it. Because they haven't, it's been so long, people haven't, like, seen people win with it. And they don't know how to build around it either. So basically, I'm saying that it's a skill issue. A lot of times people are taking, like, value cards around Smokestack, like Bitter Blossom and stuff, and thinking that you need to, like, have a bunch of extra permanents to sacrifice so you can win on, like, turn 1 billion or something. But Smokestack was already breaking parity by making the opponent sacrifice first. So what you wanted to do with Smokestack, and a lot of your Workshops decks had a bunch of, like, random shit to sacrifice anyway. You didn't need to put a bunch of bad cards in your deck. Just fucking play the Smokestack as soon as possible. And then for Smokestack to be good in the late game, cards like Wrath of God and Armageddon were really nice, because all of a sudden the opponent's nuke deck backed down to a few permanents and then the Smokestack's relevant again. But you really did just want to play it as quickly as possible, which a lot of folks didn't realize. Sounds like some of my viewers, sounds like some of y'all had that problem. How's the cube? Pretty great, 7. A spicy stage pick? Maybe. Stage doesn't do a lot for me. I almost like the Citadel, so we have something to tinker for. Or maybe the Crab was where it was at. Is it good in Vintage Legacy? Smokestack? It's a bit slow for Vintage. There are quite a few cards in Vintage Cube that are too slow for Vintage these days. That is not the nature. The catch-all be-all. Escape to the Wilds is also unplayable in Vintage and Legacy, right? I think the fact that a card is playable in Vintage or Legacy is a good indicator that it should be considered for the cube, but obviously it's not... You can't cut it so to only have cards that are playable in those formats, right? You would not have a playable cube otherwise. Oh shit, what up? Hey Dakmore, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 112 months. The Battered Skull Wheel is a good sign, yeah. A lot of nice artifacts in there. You would pretty much always want Academy more, Deemzer. Much harder effect to replace, and it scales harder. So Recall is a card you could justify in Mud, but we're not going to take it over Urza's Saga. And then ideally Blightsteel Colossus would wheel, but currently we have some other stuff to tinker up already. Gonna take the actual Mud card here. What are the odds of that Blightsteel wheels, huh? I thought it was really weird when they brought back Metalworker, but then didn't bring back Lightning Greaves. It was the most half-assed, like, okay, you people miss Metalworker? Well, we'll give you half the combo. And it's like, okay, thanks. They have not added the new boots to Cube, no. Lava Spur boots? I think those cards are good, though. That card's good enough. Little balance action. Little balance action in this. Balance is a Mud card. Oh, I didn't think it was close at all, Strabins. Nibelin says, hey brother, how are ya? How are you liking this iteration of the Cube? I've been enjoying it, Nibelin. I think it is pretty good. Can't really do much with this pack. I guess we're just grabbing a path. I do not Dragonheart. I don't think, again, don't think it's close. But it's okay to disagree. Path into balance is cute. I would rather save my path for post balance. Get like whatever the remaining threat is. It's a very good talisman. I guess we're gonna grab Palantir. I'd feel a lot better about this Palantir if we already had workshops to power it out on turn 1. It's a little slow otherwise. Have not been thrilled with the orb. The talisman is in my colors. Yeah, fuck it. You can take the talisman. Gotta have something for the Saga to grab, right? A little Spellbomb action. Another thing for the Saga to grab. Correct, Takumi. Saga is sort of like drawing 3 cards that are guaranteed awesome over 3 turns. It's like an uncounterable card that also tutors something. Very difficult for your opponent to answer. Not better than Ancestral Recall in every deck, but I think pretty clearly better than Ancestral Recall in this deck. What are you trying to draw with that Recall, right? It's not going to be better than Urza's Saga. The Reclamation. Speaking of Saga, the Reclamation's almost interesting for that. Shame to see Flash and Worldspine Worm in the same pack. Dismember's an option, but we already have a little bit of removal, huh? You don't need a ton of removal in this archetype. I was going to take the Triumph to say a little bit of fixing. Don't need it, but it's a little something. Yeah, the Wrath is very tempting. I do like having a backup sweeper. Besides balance, I do like having a backup. The Relic would be another thing for the Saga to grab, though, which would be pretty nice. Yeah, no workshops, no Saga, or I'm sorry, no workshops, no Academy is a bad sign, but we got a little bit of time here. Got a whole nother pack. Wouldn't mind seeing some power too, huh? Some Moxen. Moxen are really where it's at with this archetype. You kind of need to dump your hand quickly, and Moxen are the best for that. Suppers, that's a little helpful, huh? A little helpful. Some random shitter artifacts we might wheel too. You mean Zernorm? Yeah, Zernorm and Balance is funny together. We'll probably only play the Zernorm if we're desperate, but it wouldn't be the worst. It's like life gain for Citadel. I'm aware that Blight still did not wheel, yeah. Makes the Lightning Greaves look a lot worse. The Greaves is still good with like the Urza token, the Batterskull, and the Saga spitting out tokens. And we might still find another artifact worth tinkering into, Little Mox Opal action. That's helpful. That's helpful. One of the things that I like about drafting artifacts is that people just pass you this Mox. Fourth is a hell of a card, though. If the Mox wasn't in here, we'd be snagging that fourth for sure. Plays really well with all of our acceleration, too. Just grabbing a lantern here, maybe. Yeah, I don't love it. Don't hate it. The No More Lies is a little tempting. Hey, here we go. I'm gonna take the Ancient Tomb. It's not a Workshops, but we'll take what we can get, Usually, even if you've got Workshops and Academy, you're still happy to get an Ancient Tomb. It's like a backup. Mystical Tutor would also be excellent here, because we have Balance and Tinker to tutor up that are worth tutoring. And then Currency Converter is a great card, but it'd be number 3 out of this pack for me. Thinking about this here Mind Twist here. Yeah, I'm into it. Gadgeteer is fine. It's a fine card. The top plays pretty well with the Citadel, so I'm happy to grab that. Hey, here we go. I think Shadow Spear for the sideboard is what I'm doing here. I don't think I need the third sweeper. I mean, the third sweeper would also be in the sideboard. Maybe it's fine. Oops, sorry. My hand just bumped my mic. I apologize, fellow earphone users. The Talisman just got a lot better with the Mind Twist. We do have Lightning Greaves and Batterskull, though, for this Stoneforge Mystic, so I think I want the Stoneforge here. Narset's not a bad sideboard card. I'm thinking about the Godless Shrine. And that's where you want to get Gadgeteer if you want it at all. Yeah, we never got Academy for Spiral, so I didn't really want to jam it. Maybe Golos is better than Coveted Jewel here. I don't have a way of getting rid of the Coveted Jewel. That's a nice last pick, You want to play Eagles of the North? We could. I think Tinker for Citadel is worth it. Surprising. I think the Zurian Orb is not making the cut. The Gadgeteer might not make the cut. Hero Bladehold is like real sexy with Lightning Greaves. Why I'm considering it here. Could sideboard the third sweeper, yeah. I think I dig that. Gadgeteer can do a lot of work with top, yes. Definitely don't need quad swamps. I guess I'll play the Eagles. They're real fucking slow, but we have these talismans we can like land cycle them off of. I guess that's okay. We don't have a lack of unearth for Research Desk. We've got fucking Triome, we've got Opal, we've got Coalition Relic, we have Talisman of Indulgence. You do not need much red for this card because you're not cracking it until you hit the mid-game, and you don't need to unearth it unless you have nothing else going on. If you have nothing else going on, you probably have a lot of mana. Even then, the unearth is value. It's the free roll. People really underestimate Research Desk. It's folks like favorite card to underestimate. Not a comment about your question, just a general statement. So this would be like 9 blue sources, 10 white sources. I think like 1 swamp's probably good, right? Hey, Old King Cole 360, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 31 months. You here to overestimate the research desk? Nice. Gotta balance it out, gotta bring balance to the force. Could consider like Waterlogged Grove for Waterlogged Grove and Inspiring Vantage for Golos, but I don't think this deck needs to activate Golos, nor do I think our Golos activations are that impressive. And we can already get there with you know, our talismans and coalition relics and stuff. I don't think we need to get too fancy with the mana base, especially with in the case of Inspiring Vantage, right? And then Waterlogged Grove is a bigger cost. People like think of Waterlogged Grove as like, okay, I can afford one of these, but you've got Bolas' Citadel that needs life. You got Ancient Tomb that's using life. Our life total is more precious in this deck than it looks on first glance. You always got to weight that sort of stuff when you're looking at pain lands like Waterlogged Grove. It's not a free roll. But in a deck that's not using its life total at all, one would be totally reasonable. All right, how many black sources is this if we jam 2 swamps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of a lot, for the one of Mind Twist. Some steak chunks. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Carpet Jack, thanks for the sub, thanks for 81 months. This is cool. We can bin the Citadel. I'm gonna lead on Currency Converter in case the opponent plays a discard spell. Praise the girlfriend for warding off Hangry Caleb. Praise the girlfriend. Yeah, we had a kind of steak that I'd never, or we had to cut a steak that I'd never seen before. It was like in these tied discs. Only seen them at Costco. But the marbling looks gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So I had to try it. The girlfriend does play Magic, yeah. She had actually seen the stream before we started dating. But we met on Tinder. Let's research desk here, and we can always spin top before a draw next turn. She absolutely knew what she was in for, yeah. It was kind of wild showing up to a first date with someone that already thinks you're funny. Basically cheating. Oops, not that. No, I meant to spin top. Oh, well, that's a good one to hit. Cool. I want to grab Greaves here over Batterskull. I think Greaves just makes like a lot of our potential draws pretty nuts. Or we getting countered anyway. Sure. You could have sworn that I was engaged / married. I was years and years ago, yeah. Research, sure. Think about bouncing Shredder. Maybe that sucks. I don't know. Let me move this back over to the construct. So they can't use a spot removal spell on it. Hey, Zeb, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 59 months there. Yes, we're looking for either Batterskull or Hero Blade Hold. No, we have this Greaves in play. That'll do. Don't want to go too much lower. Oh, they're at 5. Yeah, Citadel is pretty good. So I don't think they're a deck where Lantern matters. I'm just going to play Wrath over that. It's a little bit more board control, huh? You didn't think the Eagles were going to be good without the Phoenix? Yeah, right? Only half the combo there. So I don't think we're in a Saga on 2. Because the plan is to Tinker on 3. So we'd be missing Saga activation. I guess Lyris is a good reason to have left in my piece of graveyard hate, huh? Well, that's kind of brutal. Now I'm not going to have a thing to sack to Tinker next turn. I should have been the Eagles for the Godless Shrine there. Oh well. Almost done with my food here. Not bad. I'm gonna fucking plane cycle while I'm thinking about it. And I'm kind of hoping the Citadel just finds a fucking sweeper on top. Could get Batterskull there. And then we haven't played a land yet, so we can play that. Planes off the top. Oh, nice. Not sure if I'm supposed to play this Blister or not, or leave it in the deck. Not the worst. Citadel drawing me like 3 cards there. I was gonna activate the Stoneforge to prevent giving them a Ledger Shredder loot, but I think we just gotta play the Batter Skull now. And I maybe should have gotten the Saga down this turn, but this is pretty decent. Hopefully y'all are seeing why I've been tutoring up Greaves first, right? It helped when we already had a Hero Blade hold in our hand. But yeah, now all of our threats just get so much better. It would be embarrassing to ban Shuko. I don't know. I don't know about that. What do you image here? Ledger Shredder? Yeah, I just have two, sure. No. Oh, they're just hitting an artifact. Okay. They looted away a Sunfall earlier. Both of us are playing just like a shitload of sweepers. I like this song a little bit too much, maybe. This is my rap playlist. I'd like to bring that like that research desk, but it's like a mana too much. Opponent getting their drain on, trying to drain me out. So the Ottawara can kill one of those Ledger Shredders. Is it better to hit that one or bounce the bigger one, huh? It's a little tricky. Gotta be a little careful, huh? With that death right there. So I tap this top, redraw the spell bomb. Oh, we can't bounce the death ray because then they gain 2 life, huh? No, we still want to force them to do that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. This would be 8. 9, 10. God, Magic fucking rules. Magic's so cool. What a good game. What a good fucking game we have here. Unreal. I was gonna say I would have kept that opener if we had a second land. And this hand is very similar. Remove this upkeep stop, Am I still convinced that Tinker with only Citadel is worth it? Yeah, I'm pretty convinced. We got backup stuff too, right? And there's like a Golos and a Batterskull or whatever. Could maybe grab if you're desperate. But yeah. Dislike that Shadow Spear. Balance doesn't give a care about Shadow Spear. What we want to see is them play more creatures here. I was gonna fucking make them sack a land here, but don't you Relic? It's just better to jam it, I think. I've been bolted. No, my Urza! That would have been such a good draw. Unlucky. This sure does sound like a very specific box that is being sung about. Is this the thirstiest song ever recorded? I think I like top here. I like the research desk. I like the Aether Spellbomb too, but I think I'm gonna grab top. Just make sure I got a little something I'm working on. Yeah, I mean, currency converter turning these lands into treasure might have been good. I mean, that's something I should put more thought into. One mana short of Greavesing up this construct. So I'll probably just be going to get Batterskull. Get my damage in first, though, huh? Hey, Creator 07 thinks the sub needs up 44 months. Sometimes YouTube jumps off your playlist. This track is one of those. It's a bad sign for me. Bolt on construct. Clearing everything? Clearing everything over there? God damn it. That was all my things. And now I don't have my fucking top. I'm gonna play the Ancient Tomb out. In case I got some shatter effect. I have not heard the newest Cup Cocky album. Is it good? Minus Lantern plus Wrath again. I think they were just like a little weak to that Batterskull at that point, so they were scooping to that. They had 2 lands and a Ragavan in hand. Draw needs another balance, All right. You could leave up the Aether Spellbomb sacrifice here, but I think it's way better to get the top down. Make sure that when you first activate Urza's Saga, the token is not boltable, right? And make it come out as a 4/4. We can eat 4 here, it's fine. A little Lightning Greaves action, huh? A little Lightning Greaves action there. Basic Swamp Pass. We're definitely lead on this Lantern. Don't want to get Entomb reanimated, huh? I've not played Doomsday this season. Yeah, let's go Talisman into Hole here, huh? Would love beating the Converter down, but this is okay. Ancient Tomb would be a solid rip, huh? Just play the Golos. If we whiff, though, we can just play Converter and activate. It's a totally reasonable turn. Imperial Seal. Interesting. Wonder what they're getting. Balance would be sick. Balance would be sick, yeah. Be a nice little mind twist. Yeah, the sorcery speed activation, because I was looking for, you know, a land drop, but that's a bummer. That means that means they're looking to reanimate me. And they're pretty far along. Maybe I can rip a black source here and just like mind twist their whole grip. Yeah, there's the Entomb. The Lantern did hold him off for a bit. Just gonna Necromancy Archon. We could make a 2/2 in response and sack that instead of our Construct. I think it would be better to sack the Construct here. Because our current plan is to untap and cast this damn card, right? I'll play around Days, why not? Yeah, big same Tautist. One of the reasons I got into Rapid Alm was Tech 9 and Run the Jewels, bringing some nice aggression. And then once I'd listened to them for a while, I started enjoying other artists. To make it 2/2 or to loot here, huh? I think I dig the looting. Jarvis, you! Thanks for the raid. Welcome. What's up, Jarvis viewers? We're jamming some hot vintage cube action here. This is the finals. This was a mud stipulation draft, so we had to draft around artifact stuff. Oh, Jarvis's stream was dope. For my viewers that have not followed Jarvis yet, you 100% should be. Dude's stream is excellent. Hello, Stoneforge. I think I'm going to cash in my Karn. It's a little aggressive. But I'm kind of an aggressive folk. Buy Karn, buy balance. Not bad, huh? Not a bad turn. Hell yeah. So far, every round I've been cutting Soul Guide Lantern for the third Wrath. I don't think I'm gonna do that this time, huh? Might bring the third Wrath in anyway. No, I think this is all good. Yeah, it'd be like minus Hero Blade Hold plus Wrath of God. Here's so good with Greaves. I think I'm gonna leave this, jam this. We had a bunch of like random answers, right? Path and Aether Spellbomb, balance, that sort of thing. That's a deep cut, Dabu. That's a deep cut. If you Mind Twist your Reanimator opponent and they have no hand, then it doesn't matter that you're binning a fatty. Their whole deck's designed to bin a fatty, too. They're going to do it whether you want it or not. Mind Twist them. Take their Reanimates. Take their fucking Necromancy. Make them rip off the top. Make them work for it, right? Don't just give it to them. Don't just cut your one like relevant piece of interaction because you might discard a Grizzlebrand or something. Who cares? Voidwalker's a little terrifying. Tempting to run out Saga here, right? And then just start activating next turn. Just start hucking. Are the cube changes noticeable? They very much are, Aegis. Yeah, huge change since last season. A little D-tutor action. A little aggressive on the spell bomb. Yeah, the thing about it that's probably bad is that now I have to play my land before playing my Tinker. So now if Citadel sees a land on top, I won't be able to play it. Rogran's a little bit better for activating. I'm just going to grab the Godless Shrine. Daybreak has indeed been cool for Moto. Yeah, there's the Entomb. Tomb grabs Archon. And now we really regret cracking the Aether Spellbomb, huh? I thought having more life for Citadel would be good, but it was probably overly aggressive on my part. We're turning one away from this Saga of being able to fetch me top, too. Dress first, sure. I guess I was supposed to Karn down tick here. And then you can sack the Karn to the token, to the Archon attack, I guess. The Karn's in the graveyard. I discarded it to Archon, friend. Activating Urza's Saga on their end of turn is pretty similar. Yeah, I think the only real mistake was cracking that Aether Spellbomb. Pretty big mistake, though. I could also play the Urza Saga like a lot sooner and attempted to get graveyard hate off of it. I do like prioritizing the Citadel. Card wins a lot of games. Sure. I think I was not supposed to make a construct here, because what I'm really trying to do is fucking play sweeper, right? And now I don't have the mana to do that. Pretty poor on my part. Hey, Garrett checks the mine, 66 months. 3 more months till the funny number, can't wait. I'm like a ballista here. Get one more sweeper in. Yeah, I like playing some real underground stuff every once in a while. Tracks that just nobody have heard. Or 1.4 billion views. A minor 1.4 billion views on YouTube. Alright, game 3 on the play. Let's play it a little bit better, huh? A little bit tighter. Love that, Eric. Love that pinball machine. Thinking about turn 1 Urza's Saga. I'm not getting any tokens. That still is not fast enough for like turn 1 Entomb, turn 1 Exhume. But it is fast enough for turn 1 Entomb, turn 3 Necromancy. Not a bad Citadel, huh? Not a bad Citadel. Not a bad. That wasn't bad. That was pretty good. Why tinker for Soul Guide Lantern? Just get it off the Citadel, huh? You didn't think we were gonna win a match? A single match? Yeah, I think Tinker for Citadel were like half of our wins, and the other half were Urza's Saga. I'm not gonna play this Plains. I'm gonna play this Urza's Saga. I think we're hitting that part of the game, Just gonna pass here. I think we're gonna be activating the currency converter on their EOT. Tapping Lantern and Citadel for mana, and then loading up the Coalition Relic, juicing it up a little bit. You think we're gonna be activating Citadel for lethal? I could see it, I could see it. Balance would just make them discard a card, and I'd have to second land. Well, not a very good balance, is it? Thinking about how much life I want to pay. Ooh. Ooh. Could play the Hero Blade Hold out here, but I think I like playing the Batterskull better. You would tap the top to draw the hero, of course. How was my weekend? My weekend was great, yeah. I saw Jaws. I saw Jaws on the big screen. Had never seen Jaws before. Great movie for a big screen. I got a Costco membership. I bought so much shit. I bought so many things at Costco. We just trophied with a fucking mud stip. All good things. All fucking great things. Hell yeah. Thanks again for the stip, Unexpected Pineapple. I kind of want to grab a pineapple drink now in celebration.